metric, this way on a 30-degree angle, and your 2D drawings were just, flat. So for this one, you have to draw all three views, and you want to draw them with the overall dimensions first and kind of just box them in. So 4 1/8 is your overall length, 2 1/4 is your overall width, and 2 1/2 is your overall height. So once we start a new drawing, so this is what it'll look like in the end. Once we start a new drawing, again, on your own you can go in and change this information on your title block. But what we're going to do is we're just going to start somewhere on our visible layer, and we're going to draw a line. Make sure you have your polar tracking back on. I know we were working on isometrics before, so polar tracking, make sure that's turned back on. We're going to go 4 1/8 in a direction, and then we're going to go up 2 1/2, so we'll go up 2 1/2, back to the left 4 1/8, and then connect that. So this box is our front view. For our purposes in this classroom, what we're going to do to fit our title block is we're going to offset this top line up 1 inch and to the right 1 inch. That'll be the start. Okay, so that'll be the start of this view and this view. So that 1 inch is going to be representing this line over here, and then this gap and this line over here. You can give it your own distance, but if you notice, it fits really good on this drawing, so that's what we're going to use, is 1 inch. So we'll come into our drawing, we're going to use the offset button, we'll type in 1, hit enter, and you're going to offset that line up 1 inch and over to the right 1 inch. It doesn't matter which side we go to next, so we'll go to the top side. We need to create the width in the top. So if you're looking from the top, the width is right here, 2 1/4. So we will either draw a line up 2 1/4, or we can offset this line 2 1/4. So we'll use the offset to make it easier. Offset 2 1/4, hit enter. Bring that line up, and then this left side vertical line in your right view, we're going to bring that one over to the right, because that is also the width. Okay, so this is width, this is width, this is length, this is height. We will draw lines to connect from here to here. Draw a line from here to here, and again on the right side. No matter what your drawing looks like, whether it is square like this or it has rounded edges like this one, you're going to want to draw your 3-box view first, and then everything will fit inside of it. If you notice, you have your 3 views here, so your front, top, right side, front, top, right side. So the easiest one to recognize is that right side view. It looks like the letter I. So if we're looking here, 5/16 for the web, and then for the flange it's 1/4 inch. So if this is 2 1/4 minus 1/4, each of these sides is 1 inch. So what we can do over on this right side is offset 5/16 the top and bottom line to get those flange or webs. Draw a line down the middle offset that 1/8 of an inch on either side. That's going to give you the 1/4 inch thickness. Delete that middle line. Use your trim command, select the whole thing, hit enter to activate it, and trim the stuff that you know you don't need. So I don't need this line in between. I don't need this line in between. I don't need this one, and I don't need this one. Now I have my letter I over here. The front view, if you're looking at it this way, has these horizontal lines going across. There's really nothing too vertical except for the edges. We already know that those are 5/16 of an inch because that's what they are over here. You can see this is called projection lines. If I were to, just to show you guys, project this line over, that's where it falls in line with. So if I were to draw this line, it falls in line with that line. Think of this as like a periscope. See how it lines up with each other? So for our purpose here, we can draw a line from here over to here. That's really it for that front view. It's kind of simple. You can get rid of this little bit in between. And lastly, we know in this top view, if we're looking down, so say we're standing here and we're looking down on this object, right? So we're looking down on it. You can still see this in the top view, but it's represented by a hidden line. So we're looking down, so you have to show it as a hidden line. So what we're going to do is we're going to offset 1 inch in on both sides. That's just the other way of doing the middle part. We could have drew a line down the middle, offset it 1/8 of an inch to get its thickness, but we just did it this way. Select both of these lines, go to your layers, and change them to hidden lines. So that's how you can draw it. Lastly, we'll try to center it. So if you go to your layout tab, it's just like all our other drawings we've done so far. You click on the viewport, you come down here and unlock it, you change your paper to model space, double click your middle mouse wheel, it brings it in, centered, fit the page, change your scale 1:1, change it back to paper, click on your viewport, and then lock it back up. You can label them top view, front view, side view just by using the text button and paper space. We will not add the dimensions yet. We'll do that at a later time.